Friends. It's me, Pastor Laura, getting ready for this Sunday morning of worship. Today, we are starting our day as usual on Sundays with our Sunday morning announcements. So, thank you for joining us. If you're watching this morning, let me know. A reminder that we are the Mills Church. If you're new to us, we are a reconciling United Methodist New Faith community. And what that means is that we are a church that believes in acceptance and affirmation and love of all, especially when it comes to our call to social justice, to our call to love our LGBTQ plus siblings. And so that's really what our work is all about. We want to create a safe space where not only do we say all are welcome here, but we really mean it. We want you to come inclusive of who you are with all that you are and be a part of us. So our worship starts at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. You can join us in person or online through Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We stream on all three places, and so we hope you'll join us. We also hope that you'll keep up with us on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, as well as Instagram, to keep caught up with our messages, our news, latest information, all of that. You'll find everything there. This week, we are kind of winding down into the summer season a little bit, so we're not quite as busy over the next couple of weeks, but we do have Bible study continuing on Tuesday nights, so we'll meet again Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. This week, we are switching to a sermon series on the Psalms, and so this week our topic is Psalm 51. That's what we'll be talking about this morning. It's what we'll talk about on Tuesday night as well, what it means to receive God's mercy. So that's this week. Next week, we'll continue on with the study of Psalms. And thank goodness, at General Conference, we did, in theory, revise the social principles. And I'll come back to my reasoning for saying that in a second. We did mostly revise the social principles. In June, we're going to be studying the new social principles of the United Methodist Church. We did study them a few years ago, but it'll be really interesting to compare and contrast what we studied a few years ago. And if you weren't with us then, that's totally okay, because we're going to study the new social principles. But it'll be neat to see those differences and what has changed, what has improved, what we think was improved for the better. Now, I add that caveat to that because a lot of our social principles are, something that we don't, that we haven't, well, we got to the end of it at General Conference, but there's bits and pieces that are a little bit different than what we had to start with. And so we will come back to that once we have like a full finalized printing of the social principles, but that'll be really fun for us to look at. General Conference was wonderful. I did get to be there, part of it this past week, and so much changed for the better, I believe, in the life of the church. I do acknowledge that there are some people who may be a little bit stressed or concerned about General Conference, but the truth is what happened is we became a more contextual church so that the Mills Church can be who we want to be. We can serve the people we want to serve. We can have the weddings we want to have. But other churches that don't want to do that don't have to either. And so we celebrate the fact, though, that we can finally lean in to all of the things that we believe as a United Methodist New Faith community and as a reconciling church. And so I give thanks for that. I'm going to talk a lot more about it at General Conference, at church this morning in worship. So stay tuned for that. I'll share a lot more details. One thing I can tell you is that there are some things that have to go before the annual conferences to be ratified. A lot of that includes regionalization and some of the things that we put out that have to do with our Constitution. Those things will have to be ratified by the annual conferences before they're official. But most of what we did is official as of right now or official as of January 1st. So we're very excited, very hopeful for the life of the church, very hopeful for the future of the church, and giving thanks that as the Mills Church, we could be what it is that we feel called to be, as a safe place and hopefully a place where you feel like you can be who you are. So that's all that's coming up as far as studies and sermon series. We'll be talking a lot about that, the social principles, next month. And of course, we also have coming up, in addition to our Bible study, a shameless plug to come see Harvey if you would like to see it. Nathan and I are both in it. I'm playing Nurse Kelly. Nathan is playing Elwood P. Dowd. And Greg Spence is also in it with us playing Wilson. And so we're really excited. There's lots of wonderful people in the show, but 3 people you do know, me, Nathan, and Gregory Spence. We're very excited about that show. So come see us. The church is going together on the 19th. It runs that weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if you'd like some people to go with, there's an official gathering on Sunday, the 19th at 2 o'clock. If you would like to participate in that, let Pastor Renee know because she's coordinating tickets for that part of the event. And then just mark your calendars. May 22nd is the next Wings on Wednesdays with Pastor Renee. I'll be having another coffee with the pastor, but I'll let you know about dates. We're at that end of the year time where our kids have an awards ceremony or some sort of event at school every other day. So trying to coordinate those is a little bit tricky in the month of May, but we will have another coffee with the pastor coming up soon as I figure out when all of those events are with our kids. And then don't forget that on the 25th, we have our next foodie fair. And there'll be lots of art and wonderful things taking place there. We're also going to have some community conversation opportunities. So I hope you'll join us for that. So lots of stuff happening in the life of the church, lots of things coming up. And so we hope you'll join us for some of it or all of it as much as you are able. And we look forward to having you with us, whether it's in person or online, and all the different ways that we are called to connect together. So thank you for being with us for this announcement video this morning. We look forward to seeing you for worship. Please let us know if you're joining with us. Let us know how we can be praying for you. And just let us know that you're here. All right, friends, I look forward to seeing you for worship. See you soon.